we're going to create this beautiful playlist generator website using only V0 and Cursor AI. Without any coding experience necessary, we're going to create this website where we can go ahead and give it a name for any song, such as The Black Parade. And we're going to be able to get a lot of really good recommendations. So as we can see, we click on search and we're getting songs from similar artists. So let's get started. For our starter code, we're going to be using V0. So this is going to provide us with all of our website code. I'm just going to go ahead and give a prompt here. So I'm going to ask it to design a responsive, pretty website where I can give a song name and get some automatic song recommendations. And I'm just going to ask it to use some certain tools so that it will be easier for me later. So I'm going to ask it to use React, Bootstrap, and JavaScript. So this is going to make it easier later when I'm actually working with my code. And that's all. I'm just going to click on send. Now V0 is actually processing my request and writing all of the code for me, and I don't even have to understand it. So now V0 has finished writing our code here, and we have our website. So it says song recommendations, and then I have this dialog here to enter a song name. So I'll just say Blinding Lights and hit on get recommendations, and I get this over here. So this is good, but it doesn't really look all that nice and modern. So I'm just going to ask it, great, please modify the design so that it looks more modern and sleek. So now I'm just going to go ahead and make some changes to its code so that it looks a bit nicer. Okay, so now it's gone and made some changes. And now we can see that it looks much more modern. So it says Toot Scout. I can click on here to give a name. So once again, Blinding Lights. I click on Discover, and you can see the recommendations here. So this is really nice. I'm happy with this design. So now I can go to modifying this, and so it looks really great. So now that we're happy with our website here, let's go ahead and run this on our computer so that we can make changes using Cursor. So firstly, we have to actually go ahead and create a new project. So I'm going to launch Cursor, click on Terminal, New Terminal. And now I'm going to create a new project by running the command npm create bytes at latest. Now I'm going to give my project a name, and I'm just going to call this playlist generator. And I'm going to choose the settings that we asked V0 to use, so React and TypeScript. So now that we've gone and done all of that, we now have a project folder created. So I'm going to go ahead and open up that project folder by clicking on Open Projects and then finding where it was created on my computer. So that is C, users, user, and then the name of my project, playlist generator. So I'm going to go ahead and click on select folder. So this over here is the project that was created. Now, this right now is just an empty website. Now, instead of this empty website, what I actually want is this Toon Scout website instead. So what I have to do firstly is open up the app.css and just delete it. Open up the index.css and delete it. And then I have to actually go ahead and add the files that V0 coded for me. So over here, I'll head to code, and I have to go ahead and download all of these files. So I will hit on download here. So now I've gone ahead and downloaded all of these files. So over here, I can see all of the files that I downloaded. Now we have to place these files in the same location that they are inside of our V0. So I can see that these files are on the outside and the recommendation and search bar are inside of a folder called components. So over here, inside of my SRC, I'm going to add these files using the same format. So I'm going to create a new folder called components. And inside of this folder, I'm going to add recommendation list and search bar. And then here I have layouts and page. So I'm going to go ahead and add layouts. And page is actually my main page for my project. So what I'm going to do is instead replace it with my app.tsx because this is the main page for my project. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this file. And I'm just going to copy all the code from it. And I'm just going to paste it inside of my app.file. And I'm going to rename it to app. So now I've gone ahead and actually added all of the files. Now heading back to my V0 over here, I can scroll up. So now over here, I can see that these two files are red. So that means they have some kind of error in them. So I'm just going to go ahead and hover over the error and click on Fix in Composer. So with this, cursor itself is going to read the code and then go ahead and make some changes for me. So it suggested these two changes. So I'm just going to click on Run. So I'm just going to go ahead and hover over this error and click on Fix in Composer. So it's gone ahead and made a suggestion for me. So V0 went ahead and read the code and it created a fix. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on Run. Right. So after I've done that, I'm just going to go ahead and move on to the next red squiggly line and click on Fix in Composer. And once more, it's made a suggestion for me. So I'll go ahead and click on Run. So now it's gone and fixed all of the errors here. Now I'll scroll down some more and I see that this also has a red squiggly line. So I can go ahead and click on Fix in Composer once again. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Accept File over here. So it's made changes to the entire file. Now I can see that this file is not red anymore, so there's no errors. So that's great. Let's move on to the next file that has errors. So it's this file over here. And I can see that the error is up here with this red squiggly line. So once more, we'll just ask cursor to go ahead and fix this error. And then I'll go ahead and click on Run for the suggestion that it gave. Right, so that red squiggly line is gone. So that's great. We'll just scroll down a bit and we can see our next red squiggly line. So once again, I'll just click on Fix in Composer. Now cursor is once again reading my file. And it's made some suggestions here. And I'm just going to go ahead and click on Accept File. So I went ahead and made some changes here. Okay, so all of these changes have been made. And over here as well, I'll click on Accept File. So it's gone and made all of these changes. So now I can see that there's no red on this side. That means there are no errors in my project. So let's see what our website looks like right now. To see what our website looks like, in the terminal, we just run npm run dev. So this is going to let me actually see the website that we just created. So I hit on enter. So we can see that my website is running in this link over here. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste this into my browser so I can actually see this website. So here we get a message that says, failed to import this file over here from app.tsf. So I don't need to actually read this message. I'll just copy over the message here. And I'm just going to give this message over to cursor over here. So I'm going to click on Control L to open up the chat and paste the error message. Please fix this. So give some answer and click on Enter. So it's given me 2 suggestions and I'm just going to click on Run for all of these. Okay, so after clicking on Run, I'm just going to do npm run dev again so I can just go ahead and see my website. And now I get a different message here. So once again, I'll just copy and paste that over here. Please fix this. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and click on Run for all of these. So I've gone and ran the file and saved all this. So I'll go ahead and run npm run dev one more time. Right, so now I can see my website here. It says to Scout, and then I can give a song like Blind Date with Life and click on Discover. I can see it here. Now, there is one issue, which is that the background color is not quite right. And because it's not quite right, everything looks a bit off. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up a new chat. So I'll hit on Control L. And then I'm just going to say the background color for my website is not quite right. It's all white when it should be very dark. Okay, and over here I can tell it what files I wanted to actually care about. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it all of my files. So now that I've gone and given it all the files, I'm going to click on Enter. So it's gone in and given me a suggestion here. I'm going to click on Apply. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Nothing happened. Can you make the background color dark? And I'm going to click on Apply and Accept. So it's gone and made some changes. So I'll refresh my website. And then I'll just go and check on my website and great. We now have the dark background. So everything looks great now. Now let's test out our website. I'll search blinding lights. And I get the suggestions over here. So that's great. So that's how easy it is to actually go ahead and create a playlist generator using exclusively V0 and Cursor AI. So now our website is great. However, as we can see, it's actually not giving us any real fonts. Now, it would be really great if we could actually get these fonts that are quite similar and from similar artists. So one way we can do this is by using Spotify for developers. So this is going to allow us to actually get songs that are similar to whichever song was given here. So the first thing we have to do here is go ahead and log in. And here we're just going to log in with our Spotify account. So after logging in, I'm just going to go ahead and go over to this dashboard. So this over here is your dashboard, and just go ahead and click on Accept the Terms. Now, what we want to do is create a app. This is going to be our website, and it's going to let us use the Spotify API from it. Here, we're just going to give it some basic information. So the name of my website is Twin Scouts. The description is great website that lets you get similar songs to your favorite songs. The website here, I'm going to leave blank. And then for the redirect URL, I'm just going to go ahead and give it the name. So this one here. Now it's just asking you some information about where are you going to be using it. So we're going to be using this one for the web API. And then I'll go ahead and click on I understand and agree with the terms and guidelines and click on save. So now we've gone ahead and created this. We've gone ahead and actually created this for us. Now, what we really want to be able to use is going to be an access token. It's going to let us actually use the API. And if I come here and I scroll down, I can click on View Client Secrets. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And this has the secret that's actually going to let me make these API calls. So I'm going to copy this and make sure that I keep this a secret. Then I'm going to go over to the documentation. And I'm just going to find a tutorial that matches what exactly it is that I want. So this over here is for searching for items. So here I can go ahead and search for a lot of different items. So if I go here and see that score searching, and it just explains how to search for different items. Now, I don't actually need to learn to read any of this because I can just provide it to Cursor, and Cursor can go ahead and read it and go ahead and implement this for me. So I'm going to open up Cursor, and I'm just going to go over and open up a new chat. So I go ahead and click on Control L, say, I want to be able to get the recommendations from the Spotify API. Here is my client's secret. And I'm just going to go ahead and paste my client secret. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give it the link to this documentation. I wanted to go ahead and use search. So I'm just going to give it the link to that. So you can go ahead and read this so you can know how to go ahead and do the search. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on send. So it's gone and made some changes for me here. And I'm now going to have to read it. I'm just going to click on apply and accept. Okay, so I can see that it went ahead and made some changes, and then it asked me to go ahead and add my client ID and my client secret here. So I'm just going to go ahead and give it to it. I don't want to manually add my client ID and client secret. Please add these for me. Client ID, and then I'm just going to give it my client ID and my client secret. So again, I can find all of these in my basic information here. So my client ID is this one here, and my client secret is this one over here. So I go ahead and click on search. So it went ahead and added this for me as well. And I'm going to click on apply and accept. So now it's gone and actually change my code. So now I have this red squiggly line here, and I can see that it has an error. So I'll go ahead and click on Fix with Composer. And then I'm going to hit on Accept. So it's gone and made all of the changes for me now. And I can see that I don't have many errors in my code here. So what I'm going to do is go back to my Twin Scout here and just refresh. So now that we made the changes, let's test out the TuneScout website. So I'll give it a name, blank blanks, and hit discover. And we get our recommendations with this nice effects. And we can see all of these different songs now. So that's how easy it is to go ahead and create our song playlist generator using only Cursor AI and V0.